Hi, it's John. Welcome to my channel, EV Intuition, where I help you understand about electric vehicles. In today's video, I'm going to continue my series about the advantages of owning an electric vehicle. Today, we're specifically going to talk about how electric vehicles, nearly all electric vehicles, are internet connected. And we're going to talk about all the features that this connectivity gives you. So let's get started. As we begin this topic of electric vehicles being connected to the internet, it's important to point out that having this connected vehicle concept is not new with electric vehicles. If you go back into the 1990s, General Motors introduced the OnStar capability. That was primarily a safety feature that gave GPS coordinate information to emergency response systems that allowed them to find vehicles involved in an accident. That connected concept has continued to evolve and moved into satellite navigation systems that then had real-time systems, traffic information with them. At the same time, remote start systems were being introduced into automobiles. That allowed the ability to start a vehicle and warm or cool the cabin to comfortable temperatures before you got into the cabin and began your ride. But let's get back to electric vehicles. With electric vehicles, the concept of connected vehicles allows them to take that to a new dimension. You got to keep in mind that electric vehicles are a very predominant electronic system with many electronic control units in it. Whereas an internal combustion engine or gas vehicle, it's primarily a mechanical system that has electronic capabilities added in. Now, what gives electric vehicles, or all vehicles for that matter, today the capabilities of being connected to the internet? Well, they're being manufactured and installed with a cell modem, just like our cell phones have, so that anywhere the vehicle is, it can be connected to the internet. Now, the one thing that you have to keep in mind is that even though nearly all electric vehicles have this internet connectivity, they don't all have the same set or suite of functions that each other have. Some have more than others. But let's start with some of the basic features that exist. And one of them is climate control. As we mentioned with gas vehicles, remote start, one of the primary advantages of that was to kind of heat or cool the cabin prior to getting in. Well, in the same way, electric vehicles are going to do the same thing. But one of the important things to point out as a difference between an electric vehicle and a gas vehicle, there is no engine to start. So the capabilities of turning on a climate system do not require anything to be started like in a gas vehicle. In a gas vehicle, in order to start a climate system, you must start the engine, because the engine supplies the capability to give electricity to the climate control system. So that's one of the nice advantages of an electric vehicle. It's pretty much always on. The motors don't have to be running to start the climate system. Now, a key advantage of an electric vehicle not having to start its motor, unlike a gas vehicle, which has to start its gas engine in order to activate some systems like the climate system, is that the electric vehicle can be parked in a garage and you can start the climate systems or the preconditioning of the battery while it's parked in a garage. And you don't have to worry about any carbon monoxide or dioxide fumes being emitted into your garage. Whereas the gas vehicle, if you remotely start that and it's in your garage, it could produce dangerous fumes and is probably not recommended by the manufacturer to do that. Now, the nice thing about the climate system in a connected car is that you can, as I said, start or stop it. The other thing is you can schedule the time at which the vehicle's climate system gets kicked on. So if you leave for work or wherever you go each day at a regular time, then you can set through software, that being typically your smartphone application, to a specific time at which your climate systems get set to start. And that climate control can consist of not only the heat or the air conditioning going, but also the ventilated seats or the heated seats being turned on for your climate comfort. Another thing that goes along very closely with controlling the climate within your electric vehicle is preconditioning the battery. As I've mentioned in another video, the battery temperature is key to getting the best efficiency out of your electric vehicle. And that means the best range that vehicle can give you. So if the climate is very cold, you want to ideally warm up that battery to the ideal temperature prior to you leaving for your trip. And that's typically done in conjunction with climate controls. Typically, when you turn on your climate controls, the system also starts conditioning your battery because it knows you're going to leave in a certain amount of time. And so at the same time the cabin is being heated or cooled in the case of warm climates, the battery is also warmed or cooled in the case of warm climates. The other thing that electric vehicles can give you is status information. For example, they can tell you remotely, and a lot of the information that you get from the electric vehicle remotely is from your smartphone. Typically, electric vehicle manufacturers give you a electric vehicle app that you can use to see and control aspects of your electric vehicle. So one of the things that's important that you know about your electric vehicle, and you can get through the app of a connected electric vehicle, is the battery percentage, often called the state of charge. This tells you how much your battery is charged, what percentage of the charge has been given to that battery, anywhere from 0 to 100%. So that will help you because that can help you know that you have sufficient amount of energy to get where you're going that day. The other aspect of the battery that's important besides state of charge is often you want to set your vehicle to a certain amount of maximum charge that you want to give it. Very often with electric vehicle batteries, the manufacturer does not recommend that you charge to 100% every day. The batteries last longer if you charge to a certain percentage. For example, both my Ford Mach-E and my Tesla Model Y, both of them, the manufacturers, Ford and Tesla, recommended that I only charge typically to 80 or 85%. So one of the key things that you want to be able to do with your electric vehicle is set the maximum charge rate. And you can alter that from day to day, but you set it, and that will guarantee that if you're connected to your home charger, that the charge will not go over the maximum amount that you set. The other thing related to charging that can be done with an electric vehicle is that you can stop or start the charge. So that makes it very convenient that you don't have to be necessarily at the location. Clearly, you've got to have the connector connected to your vehicle, the charge connector or the charge plug, but you don't have to be there. And if you want to start the charge from somewhere else within your house or wherever you're located, you can do that also. One other thing that's good to check is your tire pressure, and you can check that remotely via your mobile app. As you can see here, just checking it for this video, I can see my tires are low in pressure, need some inflation. The temperature recently here has dropped, and correspondingly my tire pressure has dropped below the recommended pressure. Another key feature that's important to electric vehicles is the ability to know when there's a software update available and to begin that software update. That's another feature that comes along with the connected electric vehicle. It notifies you when there's a software update available to you, and often it allows you to begin that update whenever you'd like. And it typically gives you a warning that be warned that this may take 30 minutes to complete. So your car will be unavailable for 30 minutes. So I've given you a bunch of features: climate, battery and tire readings, and software update notifications, as a list of common electric vehicle features that a connected electric vehicle gives you. Now, I've owned a couple electric vehicles. I've owned the Ford Mach-E, which did all those features, and also currently my Tesla Model Y also does those. Now, the Tesla has been considered the poster child of a connected vehicle because it goes beyond that of many of the electric vehicles in their connected feature set. For example, one of the cool features of a Tesla is that it allows you to open the trunk or the front, or to raise or lower windows, to lock and unlock doors, and beyond that, it allows you to also see the security cameras on the vehicles. So if you have the right connectivity package, that being the premium connectivity, you can see live video from around your vehicle wherever it's parked. It's just an amazing type of feature. The other feature I like about my Tesla is that I can know where it is currently. For example, if my wife takes the Tesla out and I don't know if she's on her way home or where she is, I haven't heard from her, I can pop open my app and see where the current location of the vehicle is. And we do that as kind of a safety measure, knowing where each other are. So that I find is a really cool feature of my Tesla. But that feature was not available on my Ford Mach-E smartphone app. One thing I must mention about internet connected vehicles, like electric vehicles and gas vehicles for that matter, is connectivity free. And what I've seen typically is that manufacturers will give you a number of years of free connectivity. For example, Ford gave me, I think it was 5 years of connectivity free access to those features. Now, I didn't own the vehicle more than 5 years, so I don't know what the cost was beyond that. Now, Tesla has two types of connectivity. They have standard connectivity and premium connectivity. They give you the standard connectivity, I believe, for 8 years, and the premium connectivity only for 1 month. So if you want the premium connectivity of greater than a month, you have to pay, I believe, $9.99, call it $10 a month for that additional functionality. And what that gives you, that premium connectivity on a Tesla gives you, is on your navigation map, it can show you more detailed information in real-time traffic information. With the standard package, you don't get that. The other thing the premium package does that I've mentioned was the capability of seeing the live video coming out of the cameras of your vehicle. So, for example, if your camera's parked in a parking lot and you want to see what's going on around your vehicle, you can access the live cameras. So those are some of the features that you got to pay for. It looks like after 8 years, Tesla will charge you $10 a month for standard connectivity also. But the main point I'm pointing out to you when you're looking at electric vehicles and connected features is to also look into how long those connected features will be available to you, and is there additional cost required after a certain period of time. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video learning about the different features and functions that a connected electric vehicle gives to you. I've certainly found that those features, which I haven't had in any of my regular internal combustion vehicles or gas vehicles before, are just kind of really handy features to have. So I hope you like this video. If you do, please subscribe and give me a like. Feel free to give me any comments that you'd wish. But I'm going to continue my series on the advantages of electric vehicles coming soon, and then along with the disadvantages of electric vehicles. Till next time, thanks for watching. We'll see you again.